Welcome to ATI Pro Media, powered by Advanced Trading. It's Tuesday, December 17th, and we've got a show for you today. Exciting stuff. Stick around. Post comments. Let us know what you're thinking today about Farm Bill, markets, everything. We want to talk to you. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment. Got Cryptomania, Bitcoin on fire. Stock market's rolling over. We've got the Dees Fed update here, rate decision. That meeting starts this week. Got some flash sales, had some economic data, retail sales. Got a cattle on feed report here at the end of the week. NOPA crush data was out yesterday. We're going to talk to Connor about a little farm bill update stuff, funding on that side of things. Holiday trades kicking in. And these bulls, they need fed every day. We need a story to get the market excited. Let's go to LaSalle Street. Let's check in on your markets here right now. This morning we got March corn down a penny or two, penny and 3/4 at 443. Jan beans down 6 cents, 976. Nove beans down 10 cents, 988 and a half. Broke that $10 level yesterday. Oil meal weaker. Wheat, KC wheat down 6. Chicago wheat down 6 as well. Sad trombone on the grain side of things. Feeder cattle up 100 points. Fed cattle, they're mixed. Higher in the front, weaker in the back. Hogs are a little firmer, got a bid on them, up 17.5 to 30 points. Crude market down a buck, diesel down 4, nat gas down 10, energy's weaker. The Dow is down 245 points, continues its sell-off. S&P down 27, NASDAQ down 115. Bitcoin up 2,000, 108,000. Bring in my friend Connor B. Welcome to the show, Connor. Come on in. How are you doing today, Connor?
I'm doing good. Maybe I'm looking at this soybean market thinking maybe we should be a Bitcoin show. Man, not the price action we needed to see this morning when we broke below, that psychological level of $10. And looking at Nove 25, right? But yeah, we'll see how the day goes. But man, not what we want to see in soybean markets, but we'll see. Holiday trades do funny things, Brady.
Yep. Hopefully you get your old crop marketing buttoned up and tightened up, and we're just, focused on next year's new crop stuff. We've been hammering on that for a while with ATI on the premium side especially. But today we had some good news. We had a flash sale. We love seeing those pop up. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely.
Flash sale this morning, 170,000 metric tons of corn to Mexico, 187,000 metric tons of beans to Spain, and 132,000 metric tons of beans to unknown destinations, Connor B.
Okay, we'll take it, right? We saw export inspections. We'll dive into that here today. But, we'll take it, right? Gracias, Spain. Gracias, Mexico. We'll see it. So
thank you.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Let's dive into those inspections later. But first, I want to talk about, we got the Fed meeting kicking off here today. Rate decision will be tomorrow. Everybody's going to be watching to see what the Fed does with rates tomorrow. The quarter point cut is all but, everybody's looking for that. But everybody's going to be watching and listening to what's the rhetoric with future cuts, future policy, and maybe, how does Jay Powell anticipate changes with administration, impacts to what they do, how they act, the political ramifications there. But a lot of talk about higher rates for longer, Connor. That's kind of weighing on the Dow and small cap stocks. It's been 11 straight days where small cap value stocks have rolled over every single day. And we've seen the longest pullback in the Russell since 1990. Fun fact for you there. But
interesting. Yeah. I'm going to be most listening to the rhetoric. Yeah. How is he going to say anything about the new administration? Or, everything I'm reading, he's very much saying it's too early to tell, where Trump new administration's going to go. So, what's he going to say that for tomorrow? Because that's going to be the focus, right? We're going to see, I think, all bets are we're going to see a rate cut, and then it's going to be what's 25 going to bring.
Yep, looking at the dot plot, all things else. Watch the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar has been really firm. And how does the U.S. dollar compare to other currencies like the Mexican peso, the Brazilian real, just other currencies across the globe? Watch that U.S. dollar tomorrow. The Fed's kind of, if they cut, will that spur on more inflation? We've got the farm bill type stuff going on. If they don't cut, what does that do to everything? But a lot of big dynamics at play here. Next headline, retail sales this morning. We had those beat expectations, rising 0.7% in November. Gosh, consumer resilience. They're doing better than expected, maybe an indication that the economy is doing okay. Economic data has been, largely kind of supportive here. So
Right.
maybe that leads the Fed to not have to cut rates as quickly, higher for longer type mentality.
Yeah. Time will tell. We'll see. We'll keep you updated on that tomorrow. Other things we got to keep you updated, Brady. Cattle on feed report Friday. Make sure we got that in our calendar, right? Feeder markets have been hot. I'm sure you'll be doing a deep dive, keeping us updated on that.
Yep. We'll get some estimates here probably today, and I'll send those out to you as soon as we get them across our research table. But yeah, on the cattle front, we got that cattle on feed report Friday. Will they print 12 million head on feed? Cash cattle is called steady to higher this week. But Connor, we got to prepare for the flash crash. These markets, they go up, they go down. Don't be surprised when the exit button gets hit and managed money runs to the exits. There's still so many bullish fundamentals on this cattle side of things, and it's bullish until it's not. But those bulls need fed every day, Connor. I want to be a bull. I want to participate in a higher market, but I don't want to look back and say, my goodness, why didn't I do something? I don't want to be caught long and wrong. Reminder here, Connor, we talked about this, I think, a week ago. Feeder cattle futures limits, 9.25 is the limit on feeder cattle, and expanded limits are 12.25. So we could be down $21 in a matter of 2 days, Connor, if things decide to roll over. Significant.
Yeah, quick changes. So
let's
go ahead.
Let's talk. We had Nopa Crush yesterday. Talk about that a little bit on the bean front.
And so Nopa Crush numbers were released, right? This is where most 95% of the U.S. soybean processors, right, released their numbers. And what we saw a record crush for November, but one that was a little bit below trade estimates. So they crushed 193.185 million bushels of oilseed last month, below the average estimate of 196. Estimate was in the 191 to 207. So we were kind of in the lower range, right? Down slightly from the previous month in October, but it was still the largest November crush on record, up 2.2% from November of 2023. So good to see, but also we're going to see more of these headlines, Brady. I don't want to rain on the parade of the largest November crush on record, but we built a whole lot of crush plants. We're going to continue to see these elevated crush numbers. We want to see these bigger crush numbers, but overall, right, Nopa crush numbers kind of disappointed, I think, was the overall message.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be interested to see what the crush margin looks like going forward for those plants and the new plants that have come online, their financial situation. What's their break even on crush margins versus maybe an existing plant? How do those different, and will it stick around? You got bean oil and bean meal. Bean meal's definitely been a dog rolling over, but oil's kind of softening up too. So be interesting to see how the margins react.
Yeah, absolutely. That could be one when we talk, here's going to be the buzzword: renewable fuels, biodiesel, right? Soybean meal, soybean oil. That's going to be where maybe we could see, maybe it's not in 25, maybe it's not in 26, maybe it's not ever, but where we could see a paradigm shift, right? Where we're not talking maybe so much as how much soybeans we're exporting. Maybe the focus is going to be these NOPA crush numbers and what does crush look like? What does soybean oil look like? So interesting to see, right? Times will change. It's hard to ever predict these big switches, right? In 2006, were you ready for the ethanol boom? Probably not, but still things to keep in mind. So we'll see. We're going to hope for the best.
That's all we can do. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. Absolutely. Right? Defend our bottom line. So with that, did you do some research? We got any update on the farm bill? We talked about it yesterday. A lot of views, some comments there. Appreciate that, guys. Continue to leave comments below. We love what you think. Connor, what's the update on the farm bill stuff?
So I think this is going to be probably an ongoing topic through most of this week, Brady. I think we're going to see some, we're going to have some final stuff, hopefully maybe Thursday in terms of the spending bill. But the one thing I saw is that, I'm going to read this verbatim. This is from Politico. Hill leaders have tentatively secured a compromise on major pieces of a one-year extension of the farm bill, according to 3 people familiar with the talks. Disputes of snag negotiations over the weekend and last-minute jockeying continued, but the plan so far include an additional $10 billion in economic aid for farmers as sought by lawmakers. So right now the rhetoric is that we're going to get something. Time will tell how that looks. So the original Farm Act, I went back and looked at what that was. They estimated that aid was in the realm of 21 billion. So we're talking, about half of what they originally were maybe asking for, what we were going to look for. But it looks like we're going to get something. Time will tell if we actually see it and what the details are there.
Yep. Okay. Interesting. This has memories of, we talked about it as well yesterday, MFP CARES package. I
Yes.
remember in December when one of those came out, there was this deal that got passed last minute. You turned some stuff in, you got your data, and you got this check right before year end, and you had to turn around and spend it so you didn't get taxed on the dollars that you just got from the government. I wonder implications of all this. We'll be in that similar scenario over the next 15 days where we can get this pushed through and we get a check coming back, and then we got to, go spend that money or get taxed upon it before year end.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
The MFP, okay, if I remember right, the MFP, it was a little bit based on, how much did that come out in 2019, Brady? So it was like, how much old crop soybeans did you have on hand, right? Or that you didn't have sold, affected, right? How much payment you could potentially get. This one, it looks like they're not really going with that approach. It's kind of just a blanket, right? If A plus B equals C, this is how much, how much aid you're getting. But again, right, it looks like we're looking at a smaller package. If and when, right, they could still come back, and we could be talking about this Monday. Maybe they don't get that spending bill passed over the weekend. Time will tell, but right now it looks like we're getting something.
Yep. Okay. Well, good to see. Keep us posted on that. And let's talk about what we did premium stuff here recently. So premium yesterday, we did a grain marketing checklist where we ran down kind of old crop, new crop, where guys should be sitting with old crop sales, ownership going forward, and what guys should be looking at for new crop. We looked at a few charts and important levels. Last Friday, we didn't talk about it yesterday, but we did a week recap video, looked at charts and just some different things last Friday. Today, ATI Research, we're going to talk wheat markets with Brian Basting. Premium content has been elevated. We got our A game on, and you're getting some good stuff here nowadays. So if you're interested in that, you want to get signed up for premium, $1 a day, let us know. Shoot us a text, send us an email. Head over to advancedtrading.com and get signed up. Great values coming your way.
I thought it was good. It was just, every operation's different. But things that we're looking at, we're doing with our customers, right? Give them a checklist, right? You got corn in the bin. Here's what we're looking at doing, right? Old soybeans, new soybeans. Here's some of the strategies we're implying. So hopefully it brings value to you. And any questions at all, always send us an email, give us a call.
Yep. Sounds good. Anything else we need to run through here this morning, Connor, on the top of your mind?
I think we're good, right? We saw export inspections, but it's kind of the same story, right? Corn continues to shine in line with expectations, but in the top end of the range, right? Or that's soybeans. I'm sorry. Corn, as you can see from the chart from Karen Brown, we continue, to be in the top end of the range, right? The hope is, the hope and probably the need is going into 25. We continue to be at the top end of corn exports there. Soybeans, right? Again, soybeans, I talk a lot about how we hit a cliff in terms of soybean exports, but guess what? At the end of the day, right, it could be a lot worse. We're seeing good soybean exports kind of in that, that top end of the range. And so we'll take it, right? Exports continue to be good, especially on the corn market. I think that's the message.
Yep. And it's good to get those bean sales out the door, because we were talking about this before the show. We see these sales come through, these flash sales, but they're at risk of cancellation or origin change until they get shipped and out the door. So watching that inspection data is really, it's a strong thing to see them go out the door and get shipped. Keep an eye on those weekly sales data that come out every Thursday and see if there's any cancellations or maybe disappointing type of weekly numbers that we see, which could include some of those cancellations.
Absolutely.
Good stuff, Connor B.
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll get out of here, get on with our day jobs. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you all tomorrow.